Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Welcome to the morning show with Dawn and Freddie S., the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Welcome.
Morning. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a great morning.
To the day after.
Well, we have successfully, both you and I, have completed another year around the sun.
I don't know what the hell that means.
It means we're another year older, and now we can get back to what we're supposed to be doing, working, doing what we do.
And wiser, too.
I don't know about any of that.
Why are there two?
No.
Wiser.
And wiser, too.
Oh, and wiser. I don't know about wiser.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
Wiser
more
what?
Aggravated.
Aggravated,
wiser
not
in
wiser.
general.
No,
You've been around the sun one more year.
Isn't that a funny saying? Because imagine if they actually come in and they change the whole scope of what the world is.
Well, yeah,
and
1,000 years ago, everyone knew the Earth was flat, and then
you would fall off.
Right.
Is that what happened to you? You fell off?
No.
Oh. If I was on Jupiter, I go around the sun every 384 years.
Well, the best part is, do you know that on the bigger planet like Jupiter, it actually has no land masses. It's what they call a gas giant.
Well, happy Tuesday on the gas giant. Really?
Yeah.
I saw Jupiter the other night. I went outside, and Aaron has this app that when you look up into the stars, it'll tell you what it is. And there was Jupiter.
Well, do you know that all the moons in Jupiter are actually named after the people that Zeus, who in the Roman pantheon is called Jupiter, is all of his love, the people that he went after romantically.
Can you imagine if the next planet they discover is called the Ant Planet and everything's named after everyone's nicknames in this studio?
That'd be
That's
crazy.
nothing. They recently found a planet orbiting a red sun.
Where's where? Near Mars?
So it's somewhere. I remember reading it some years back. So I was going, oh, it's Krypton from Superman.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have to thank you all for an amazing birthday yesterday. We've never done this. Taken a day, not off, but shifted where we have our day and gone to the beach, which was incredible. Michael wins the Gadget Man. I know my finger does weird stuff. Michael wins the Gadget Man Award for sure. He had a gadget and apparatus for everything. From the towels to the mermaid.
He even came out with a mermaid thing. What the hell was that?
I did put it on. I think Heather has a picture. My daughter had it on.
Yeah.
A mermaid fin?
A mermaid fin. But you can't stand in it. You can only swim in it or lay looking
What's
mermaidish.
the material? What's it made of?
Spandex, but the fin part of it is actually like a type of plastic. So it's like a flipper.
It's really like a flipper fin. You have to
So
put
you
both
can wear
feet
it
in.
you can wear it in the ocean.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That's not a good idea.
Why?
Because a shark sees that and it's going to come after you.
We didn't go in the ocean. We stayed on the beach. But a huge thank you to Brianna and the Costa family for allowing us and sharing their home with us. It was
I
amazing.
could have sworn I saw you in the water.
I did go in the water, and I didn't put on my bathing suit because I thought, how can me, the only person here, be in a bathing suit? Like, that's not cool. Like, for
But
me,
the
to be in a
kids weren't in
bathing
the
suit.
water.
I was wearing my
G-Man.
bathing suit.
You wearing your bathing suit?
Did you go in the water?
Yeah.
So I went in the water with my shorts and my bathing suit top. I got a little sunburned, but it's been a long time since I've been sunburned, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun.
So you went in the water with all the other kids?
I went in when you saw I went in the water. I didn't go back
That
in.
was putting your foot in the water.
I didn't go all the way in. That's all I went.
Did you go after when I left? Did they go
I didn't
in
go
there?
back in, but then G-Man went in, and Snyder went in. I think my daughter went in.
I saw G-Man's floating around like a dolphin.
But it was really nice to have my daughter in town visiting.
Your daughter was in the beach too?
She went in the water.
And Michael, you went in the water? I didn't even see you in the water.
Well, I was there. I was there when you guys were busy.
Did you have fun?
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone had fun. I keep finding sand and more sand, which is hilarious because we don't live on the beach, but everyone brought the sand in. We've been cleaning the studio for 2 days from sand.
What we could do is take everybody's shoes, empty them, and make our own beach over here.
We should have done that. I should have asked you to do that before you came
We
in
should
with
get
those
like
water
a kiddie
shoes.
pool and fill it up with like the
Freddie
sandbox sand, and then put your chair in it. There's your beach.
But it was
There you
so
go.
much fun.
Make it a Zen garden too.
Our friends that came out were incredible. The most beautiful flowers I got from everybody, right?
I thought somebody died.
We turned Michael's cooler into a vase because there is nothing else to do. So I thank you for again, another gadget. We just kept putting the flowers in your cooler, and they look beautiful.
That was the
around
blue thing?
studio. Yeah.
Oh, that was Michael's cooler. I didn't even know it.
So that was
that little
huge.
white
Thank
sticker
you.
on there. Actually, it's programmed that whenever I touch my phone to it, it'll start playing that music that you heard.
And you brought the speaker, and Jalen brought a big speaker, and so much food. There's still cake in the fridge. There is so much wine and champagne.
There's more wine and champagne.
There's
Nobody
more
drank
wine
it.
and champagne.
What did you guys talk about down on the beach? What
I
didn't
think
you
we were
talk
just
about?
I don't know. We were
just having
just kind of
conversation.
talking.
Were you sitting in the seat?
I was sitting with Michael on the blanket.
Yeah, that I brought that blanket too.
You had a blanket also? You're like Inspector Gadget.
I was sitting with Michael on the blanket. We were just having conversation
About what?
tattoos, what hurts, what doesn't hurt, where I could get my first tattoo. What's
Again
it
to
gonna
that?
say.
I thought you were going to do it.
I am, but
You
they told me I
chicken.
couldn't do it yesterday because I was drinking it within my blood, so I have to wait. Is what the girls told me. I think they just wanted to
Man.
give me an out. So I decided if Jay Harmon designs it, then it's
Ooh,
kind of
that'll
like
be
a
nice.
whole studio inclusion
What are you going to do?
atmosphere.
Like a nebulous?
I think like a fairy. What's a
She's
nebulous?
told you like 5 times.
I think a fairy or believe, but I feel like other people have believe. But then someone told me there's the Asian letters that mean like faith, believe, and hope.
Mm-hmm.
So I could do that and just have all 3 in one.
I have I found a 3-dimensional fairy, and you could put writing in the wings. So you could put the letters you're looking for inside the
On a
wing.
tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And it would be very cool. 3-dimensional
So
tattoo.
someone asked me yesterday, was I having a midlife crisis? And I said, no, I just decided to live my life. So isn't that funny how you can take the same thing, and maybe it was never a crisis for men ever, like in the 70s and 80s. Maybe it's just you decide you're
What's a
going to live your
midlife
life.
crisis?
Like, for example, when you reach 50 and you realize you don't know what you want to do with your life, you buy a sports car
Well, what does that do?
because you feel like your time's running out.
You feel like your time's running out and you want to live your life. So it's not a crisis. It's just deciding that you want to live your life and do the things that you want to do. So I'm thinking.
So
I'm
why
gonna
do they
get
call it a
tattoo.
midlife crisis?
I
Because
don't know, did
usually
you
they
have
get
one?
it around 50.
You had one, right?
I had one, and when I landed at the airport, people, whatever, would say, "Oh, you were having a midlife crisis." I'm like, "Why?"
Well, crisis, you just decide you want to do what you want to do because you can. If it doesn't hurt anybody and it brings you joy and it doesn't compromise your ethics or who you are, then why not do it?
But what difference does it make? Is my body. If I shave an eyebrow, I leave the other one in. Is that a midlife crisis?
It's,
I
you
don't
know, normally they say it's when men buy those little red sports cars or they end up with a
Yeah.
younger hot chickie.
Men do that all the
Chiquitita.
time. If a man can afford a sports car, he
and a
gets it.
chiquitita.
And if a chiquitita is at the bus stop, he's gonna pick her up because he's not gonna pick up a chiquitita with a bike.
And a chiquitita. So that's.
Well, maybe a
That's what I was
motorcycle,
thinking.
but that's
Not
different.
even. You won't pick up no chiquitita with a motorcycle.
I don't know.
No.
So that's what I was thinking. It's really not a crisis.
Maybe.
It's more of a
Real self-realization.
opportunity.
So you know. So how did you
Self-realization.
answer the question?
That's how I answered the question. I said it's not a crisis. It's an opportunity for me to live my life now that I'm closer to that 6-0 marker.
You're closer. You're still
know.
a few years away.
I'm still I know. Everyone said, you're still 2 years away. I'm thinking, yes, thank you. But Jay Harmon was there, and it was really nice. It was nice. Sally was there. And Steve, and they're troopers.
Troopers.
Gabe is here.
Hey, Gabe, how are
Very
you?
nice. So that was Tuesday, and then I got to have dinner with my parents, which was lovely, and Chelsea went with me to that. So it was just nice all the way around. I spent Sunday with Aaron and Chelsea and Ashley. So it was a nice family
You seem
time.
to be a different person this year than last year. I got to tell you that.
Well,
I'm
as my
afraid
mother
to ask
says,
what that means.
who you are this year is not who you are, 2 years, 5, 10. That's something my mom told me years ago.
I know.
That is you never stop growing and changing and developing as a person.
True.
So what does that mean?
You're different. You have a different foundation.
Yes. Cement shoes. No, I'm kidding. I'm a little more grounded. I try to be a little more grounded.
No, I don't think you're more grounded. I think you just have a different perspective. You express your perspective a little different.
I can express myself more now is what I think it is.
Yes, you do.
As my mother goes, when you get to a certain age, it's just, I just don't give.
When you get to a certain age, you say what you want to say. Kind of. I do have a huge filter. My sister does not, but I still have a huge filter. But
Everybody
it
in
is
my
what it
family
is.
has no filter at all.
What's a
Ever?
filter?
What's a filter? You don't have a filter.
So my mom, for example, my mom grew up in a steel mill town in Pennsylvania, right? So she's very blunt, and when we go, "Mom, you're being blunt," she goes, "I am not blunt."
Oh, being blunt means filter? Means no filter?
No filter. Yeah.
Yeah, it means you don't really have much of a filter. Like
Do you
you're
have a
just gonna-
filter there, Cookie Monster?
Not really, no.
I didn't think so because some of the things you tell me, I want to take my shoe off and hit you over the head with it.
Well, look at them running the board. Michaela, you learning?
Yeah, I'm learning.
She's watching.
So last time at dinner, and it was a loud restaurant, and my mom says to me, she asked Chelsea, when I was growing up, my grandfather owned a diamond mine in South Africa, and my name is on the mine. Not mine, my mother's. And we looked at her and we went, what? Is this the first so now we're thinking my mother's a little, right? A little off. So I said, well, Mom, your friend owns a diamond mine in South Africa. She says, okay, but so do I. Where's the paperwork? She says, well, we need to find the paperwork. So I'm thinking she's a little, on a glass of wine.
I believe her.
I text my cousins, and the first cousin, their siblings, he says, I don't know what you're talking about. His sister says, because they have the same grandparents, I know the exact same story, and proceeds to tell us the story of what happened to the diamond mine and how their grandfather was killed at the diamond mine. And I said, can someone maybe look through some paperwork and try and find that? Can you imagine if it comes out
It's true.
that my mother and this family, they owned a diamond mine in South Africa? We would no one would ever have to work again.
You have to go to South Africa. No, Elon Musk owns it.
Well, that's what prompted her to tell us. She was telling me she was watching the news, and she goes, that guy from South Africa? This is what I'm thinking. I own a diamond mine. So my daughter's
She
now
might
on the
be right.
quest to find the diamond mine.
Yeah, that's why your daughter's happy because she
That
is
just
now
happened later last
the
night
heir
at dinner.
to the diamond mine.
Is that an unbelievable story?
It's
Things you
unbelievable.
find out in life that you never knew.
Well, like when you're talking about diamond mines, for example, you know how during pre-World War II, they had a lot of comics for 25 cents, a nickel, whatever, right? Do you know that those comics today in mint condition can go up to upwards of $600 million at auction?
Oh, if you can find one.
How do you know what to keep and what to purge?
Well, for example, the very
Don't
first,
purge anything.
Yeah, for example, the very first Superman issue, Action Comics, whatever, where he's got the car over his head. If you have one of those in mint condition, that's worth $600 million.
Well, it's only worth that money if somebody's willing to pay for it. A Corpy in the Bronx is a comic connoisseur. He's been doing this since I've known him. And if we call him, I'm pretty sure he could tell us how to find
The diamond
the
mine?
value of comics. I don't know about this
We've
diamond.
got all those baseball cards also. We need someone to evaluate that baseball card collection that's sitting
Michael,
in the
you know
back.
how to evaluate stuff?
Not really.
I have to call Corpy.
Because think about all the things you have that could be worth money. Who do you show them
Well,
to?
as a
Who do you
kid-
bring them to? Who do you trust?
Well, as a kid, I used to have a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. I used to actually have the old sewer playset, and from what I've only recently discovered, that's like one of the big holy grails of collector items when it comes to Ninja Turtle stuff.
Do you still have it?
No.
Oh, well.
Because my mom has an annual spring cleaning. I'm like, Mom, if you didn't throw half this stuff away, I could have had a very good life.
See, I need to spring clean.
No, you throw stuff away.
I throw things away.
You probably do away the paperwork to the diamond mine.
Like,
Is
one of
that
the rarest.
unbelievable? I know.
You know what one of the rarest Star Wars figures out there is? You know how they have Boba Fett, the guy with the jetpack?
I don't know Star Wars.
Oh, he's the guy that shows the bounty hunter that shows up in the second original trilogy. Well, when they were making him, the missile used to fire, but that was a safety hazard. But the ones that actually do fire, they were production models that were never released. They're worth $17,000 on the collector's market.
What are random things that you guys collect? Sarah, anything?
Cookies.
No. That wouldn't be very long term. I collect Littlest Pet Shops, enamel pins, and when I was a child, I used to collect buttons. But
When you were a child, what are you, an old man now?
She's not grown up.
Well, when I was like
4?
in elementary school, like 8.
Like yesterday?
Oh, come on.
How about you, Michaela?
I don't really collect anything. I can't really think of anything that I've collected.
So we were out for dinner the other night. I was out for dinner a lot this week, and we were discussing having money in offshore accounts. And they were discussing what island actually you can still have it. I was thinking of our morning conversation.
Here it comes,
with,
push button.
With push button with Michaela. She's like, Cayman Islands.
Can you give us some guidance to the Caymans?
In like,
Open up an account in the Caymans?
I really don't know.
Do you know any? Do you have a bank account in the
I
Caymans?
do have a bank.
Oh, so what do you mean you don't know? I just go to your
opened it,
bank.
My mom opened it.
I call mom.
I think you only have to open it with like $1,000.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's pretty simple to have one.
No, there's a bank account and then there's a bank account. You don't know. Hey,
I don't
push
know.
button. We'll talk off air.
But
'cause
isn't that funny
Bank
that
account.
conversation came up and everyone was questioning where it is because Switzerland, I guess, you can't do it there anymore. But then I remembered Michaela told us that you can still do it in the Cayman Islands.
What are you doing? Hiding money? We don't hide money.
I don't have
We
money
give
to hide.
Elon all the money he wants.
Yeah,
I
I
just
can't
read
get
this
involved in
morning
the
like
politics of anything.
like a lot of money is missing in his accounts and they're attacking his cars and they found some kind of bombs or something at one of the malls in
Very cool, CC.
California.
What did CC say?
He said, I collect the rock band Kiss merchandise.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Kiss
that's-
merchandise.
That's sick.
I hear CC's looking for to grow his band again. He's looking for band members. I saw on social
I
media.
think CC's supposed to be here today. I don't know.
Oh, what
You
happened?
can ask him.
Isn't he working?
No, he's off this
Starts
week.
until April. Okay.
So I think he's supposed to be here this. I don't know.
It's cool.
I can't follow people.
So today is National Tolkien Reading Day.
Cocaine reading
Tolkien.
that?
Tolkien.
Oh, I thought you said cocaine.
The
What's your favorite
author.
Tolkien book?
Well, I like them all because if you read
What's a
this-
Tolkien book?
like Tolkien, who wrote Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and The Rings of Power and all that stuff.
Let me ask you a question. How many volumes is that stupid movie?
Enough
Which
for you to
one?
read tomorrow in jury duty.
What, Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Only 4 books.
Are they big?
No, they're like.
What is the
paperbacks.
biggest book you know?
The Bible.
No, not that one. Because I can't read the Bible.
Well, when I was 8, I read the entire adult novelization of Jurassic Park in a day.
I want to walk
When you
in
were
with
8?
Yeah.
That was like a couple of minutes ago. I want to walk into jury duty with a cart, a little wagon, and a book. So when I walk in, they say, "Excuse me, sir, what is this?" I said, "This is my reading material."
I'm thinking
No,
of all
no,
the
no,
things
no, no,
you
no.
can't
You-
go
you
through the metal
gotta-
detector with.
You
tomorrow.
gotta have like a bunch of snacks in the cart, and then you sell them to the other jurors.
Actually, speaking of jury duty movies, I've got a great one that you guys might like to check, and it's not very long. It's called 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
That's my dad's
As a matter
favorite.
of fact, I just saw that a week ago.
Think of all the things you have to take out of your pockets to go through the metal
I don't have
detector,
anything in my pocket.
or on front
I
of your
took
pants.
everything out.
You know, and I actually found the old black and white
looking
version
like
of it
that.
on Tubi.
I can't go looking like this. They'll pick me. I gotta go in like a clown or something with
You gotta
like
go in like water shoes and bathing suit and
bathing
shorts.
suit. Yeah, why not? It doesn't say business attire. It's just to show up.
Just show up.
I'm gonna go like yesterday.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm say I'm a lifeguard, Your Honor. I can't serve. I got to go save a life.
You were Vacation Freddy yesterday. Everyone was liking the look of Vacation Freddy.
Why?
Because you just were just chill.
As opposed to night show?
As opposed to not chill.
how you usually are.
And there goes filter cupcake over here.
But we've had a lot of
Cupcake
events
filter.
happening this weekend. Anyone want to do a 5K with me? It's heart to heart, the number 2 heart outreach, and it's to help the elderly in the
Are they
Tri-County
running?
area. That's what I'm asking. Anyone want to do a 5K
No, it's the
with me?
elderly running.
I don't know. Whoever wants to
It's
run.
a 5K
So I
walk
started-
or run. It's not
Yeah.
just a run.
Right. So I started Team AMP. So far, nobody else has signed up with me.
They don't
including
read.
you.
Nobody here
reads
reads
their WhatsApp,
WhatsApp.
is what I can tell you.
I read it. It's just I'm like I don't.
Well, you live too far.
That's true. I
Well, let
live
me ask you a
too far
question.
away.
What time do you have to be there?
Probably by 6:30.
You see, that's a problem.
6:45.
That's a
Oh.
problem.
Gato was going to be there at 5.
Yeah, because he has that
He's
gig,
got to
but
take pictures.
but
yeah.
that's still a problem.
Why?
Are you gonna be there at 6:30?
No.
I am. I guess I'll walk. I'm going to
You
walk
wanna be?
with
You wanna be
Andrew.
there at 6:30?
You want to be there?
I don't.
All right. So
Not
great.
at 6:30.
Then I'm going to go.
I mean, I'll be just rolling out of life.
Well, I will go support the elderly in our community.
I
since
understand
the-
that, but
then why did
why?
I start a team? Why didn't I just do it
but
myself?
why so? Because you didn't give all the
You
details.
told me you wanted to do it.
Not
too.
at 6:30 in the morning. Come on, now you're being
You sound like an old married
ridiculous.
couple.
It's fine. It's fine. Freddie is the elderly you are supporting.
So I'll do my own
You sound
team.
like an old married couple.
So
right
let me
there.
ask you a question. You knew at the time you signed up that it was 6:30 in the morning,
Yes.
and you're gonna expect all these bunch of crazies to be there. Let me ask you a question. If I gave you $100, would you do it?
Yeah.
You see, there's no
Maybe.
incentive.
G-Man's going to pull up with me, he
I
told
still
me.
have to
He
wake up
ain't
super
gonna
early
pull
to
up
get there.
nothing. He's gonna show up at 7:30 and says, the
That's
clock.
right. So I'll walk by myself. It's
6:30 in the morning. Who the hell walks at 6:30? Not even the pigeons are out at 6:30 in
It's
the morning.
cool then. It's a 5K. It shouldn't take more than a half hour, and you go back to bed.
I'm not running a 5K. I walk it.
All right, so it shouldn't take more than 45 minutes.
5 miles?
3.5, 3.2.
That's a lot. That's far. That's like from
3.2
here,
miles. Yeah.
from here to the mall.
Okay, an hour.
What? Maybe the way you walk. It's gonna take about 2 hours.
No. I can do. No. I won't tell you what I can do, but no, it won't take you that long.
Now, does it finish? Is there a finish time?
No, you can take as long as you want. It's at Tradewinds
So
Park.
you don't have to start at 6:30.
Start time is 7 a.m.
Can I start at 8?
You can start, I guess, whenever you want to.
So if I go there at 8, there's gonna be people still there. You gotta find out the rules.
I don't know. I'll reach out to her. Today's actually her birthday, so
Oh
Reach
yes,
out
I'll
happy
reach out
birthday.
to Danny. So
What
Danny,
a
from heart to
neat-
heart, happy birthday.
tell-
Another fiery Aries woman is what we
So
decided.
tell Danny, I'm running at 8.
we
Does
got
the event finish at 8?
we've had a lot of things happening. So that's on Saturday at Tradewinds
Push
Park.
button. We're gonna have
It's
to go.
heart to
Push
heart.
button.
And then on
Gonna have to find a
Sunday,
way.
there's the Beauty Wellness Festival at
my
Trilogy Fitness Center up in Boynton Beach.
That's
We're gonna
this
be there.
weekend?
That's Sunday, yes. 10 to 2, car show,
You
bounce
guys are
house,
killing me.
beauty. Why? What else are you doing this weekend?
I had
What else are you doing?
to do things up.
No, that's all right.
You know.
And we got 2 shoots on Friday, so Dawn
Now I
is
got
now
jury
running
duty.
the house. Dawn is now running 2 shoots.
I'm gonna tell you something. Don't burn Rome. I'm telling you now. You burn Rome, it's on you.
Dawn is running 2 shoots, the walk on Saturday, and the beauty fest on Sunday. So it's all good. Come Monday,
I'm gonna tell you
whole
something.
new
You better
awakening.
get all the Roman soldiers to learn how to do the remote because they ain't been doing it right yet.
Maybe you won't get picked for jury duty,
Huh?
or maybe you
Or
will.
maybe I will.
Maybe you will.
I'm gonna walk in there. How do I go in there? Like a hippie with a wig? Oh, you know what? I wear a wig.
You want
Where
the Dawn
where
wig?
the Dawn wig?
I wear the dawn wig.
He had it on
With the
yesterday.
glasses?
Did you
I
see?
saw that.
You know what he
It's
said?
so funny.
He says, "Who is that?" I said, "That's you in a wig, looking like me."
I said, what the hell was that? I said, oh, what the
You
hell was that?
definitely look better the way you look than with Dawn wig. Good morning.
Is that a compliment?
Yes, it's definitely a compliment. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. You know, his birthday was last week.
Her birthday was yesterday.
Yes. Thank you. Another year around the sun, the earth, the moon.
Too many rounds. Makes
So-
me nauseous.
He has motion sickness.
I'm motion
You
sick.
a little nauseous?
Yeah, the
Who's that?
motion sickness.
Yeah.
Hi, good to see you. You're getting tan.
Yeah, I'm looking all set.
Looking good. Thank you. Now you got Alicia's here, I think that is.
I don't know who that was. Who's that?
Alicia.
Alicia, you might as well come in here.
Yes.
Show, and what does that mean? Normally what? Come on. You might
Anyway,
as well
things
come
to
in.
do. So I see who wants to join me. Cece, if you want to join me, whoever wants to join me
Come, sit
on
over here.
our weekend of fun. I'm going to be doing, at 10 o'clock, I'm doing booty boot camp, I think it is, at the fitness center.
Move that mic in front of you. Move the mic in front of you.
There's not a camera on her. And then 11
mic,
o'clock
this way.
is yoga with puppies. And then 12 o'clock is self-defense for women. So I think it's
Wait a
gonna be
minute.
great day.
Say that again. So you're gonna what? You're gonna start doing some
So
booty
Saturday
what?
I'm doing the 5K. This is so cool. I get to work out all weekend. Saturday is the 5K at 7 a.m.
Good luck
Sunday
with that.
is booty boot camp,
All right,
yoga
what
with
is?
puppies,
Hold it.
and
Time
then
out. Hold it.
self-defense.
You're going too fast. What is booty boot camp?
It's like like exercise for the.
Take it easy. You
For
don't
the
know what the hell
gluteus
booty boot camp
maximus.
is. How the hell do you know what it is?
It's
I hang around a lot of women.
it's boot camp for this stuff that jiggles.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna
This
lift
stuff.
weights with your butt?
Yeah, probably a lot of squats.
Box, yeah.
Oh,
A lot of squats,
ew.
bar. We'll see what it is.
It's gonna be a lot of farting going on. I can see that right
No,
now.
no, we don't do that.
Yeah, right.
And then yoga with puppies. Alicia would probably love to do.
Alicia,
yoga
you have
with
a dog?
puppies.
I do yoga
You have
with
a-
my puppy.
you have a
Like,
dog?
And I'll do boat pose, and I'll twist him. Like I'll hold him because he's little, and I'll twist and twist.
How big is your dog?
He's like 10 pounds.
Oh.
So you're using the dog like a weight. That's cruelty. I'm gonna
Yeah, he
advocate
seems
for
to
the
like
animals.
it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what cruelty is: using a Great Pyrenees.
What's
I used-
that?
Have you ever seen? They're a dog that I used to have. We used to have 6 of them. They used to be. Biggest was 175 pounds.
Well, I'm not gonna do it yoga with that. Well, you know what? I'll just sit on it like a horse.
Yeah, they were big, white, fluffy.
You're gonna sit on the
spoiled
horse?
babies.
Are you gonna sit on the dog? That's cruelty. I'm gonna advocate for the animals.
And then self-defense is at 11, I think, or 12. I think it's going to be a great day. She would love it on Sunday. And then your husband come out and see the cars.
Yeah, the guys are in the parking lot watching old cars, which is kind of cool.
Oh, really? Like antique cars?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
blue
like the
paint?
the maintenance shop that's right across the street. A couple of their retro cars were there.
You know what's so cool about the cars is anyone who wants their car in this, it costs, I think, $20 to have your antique cars part of the car
Can I bring
show.
my bicycle?
But that money goes to helping the underserved youth
Your
in the community so they can go to Trilogy and get off the streets of Delray
I
Boynton
didn't.
and work
Nobody
out.
told me that you could bring your car. Nobody ever said that. She told me she had a company that did that.
Yeah, so anyone who's part of this company, when they donate
What
their
if
car...
you have just an antique?
I
Can
won't
you
go
bring the
there.
car?
Antique what?
Car.
Yes. Sorry.
What are you laughing
I
at?
never see Dawn do it. She's like,
What are you talking about? Antique me?
Not you, just antiques in general.
No, I'm talking about a car, wise guy.
what's considered an antique? How many years?
Apparently old.
Good morning. How many meetings
Anything
have you
from
scheduled for today?
1930 up to 1970.
I
Come
hope
on
you
in.
have meetings scheduled tomorrow because no one's going to be
Come,
here.
come in because I'm going to jury duty, so I won't see you for a
You
while.
have jury duty?
Tomorrow.
Go over here.
These are your working clothes?
I know.
Look how cute
Watch
you
that
look.
mic behind you because this one move, she should have stayed where she was.
I
Okay.
A lot of good stuff.
Okay, so what's an antique?
I don't know. What's considered an antique, Michael? How many years?
I would say
20?
anything from 1920 all the way up to
No,
1970.
no, that's incorrect.
70?
An antique is not 70 years. That's more than that's 100 years.
What's an
No.
antique?
It's like
Vintage.
maybe-
That's vintage.
Okay.
Antique,
Okay.
I think, is 20 years.
No.
We can look.
What?
Michaela, can you look up the definition, or Sarah?
See
the
what
definition
vintage
of
cars
antique?
are.
Yeah.
Because everything has a different. Everything has a
Every-
different age.
For antiques and
the definition of antique.
vintages
Antique
or
cars.
whatever,
I was thinking like
depends on how long they merchant
like the
those
car from
products.
Titanic.
Right. In other words,
They
a
become
car
vintage
would
after-
be what?
I think 70 years, something like that.
70 years? I think it's earlier than that, but we'll
Did
see.
you see that they're doing a Titanic too?
I can't hear you. You gotta talk it to your mic.
What, they
Did you
survive?
see that they're doing Titanic
Did
too?
they change the ending and no one dies?
Well, it looks like what's his name, Jack?
Check your.
I think that might be an
Leonardo
AI
DiCaprio?
fake thing.
Yeah.
Leo
It
is
might
back.
be.
Leo is
it's
back,
on, it's
and
on,
and,
it's on.
and she doesn't look like she hasn't aged in all these years,
I
unless
think it
it's.
may be an AI
Well, she
fake.
did, but
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
have some.
yeah,
You gotta talk it to your
See,
mic.
that's what I
We
think.
can get
Wait a
lots
minute,
of
wait a
help
minute.
these
I missed
days.
this. I missed the
Thank
whole
God.
thing.
Thank
Right.
God.
Right.
That we're living
Hey,
the right era.
hold on a second.
Yeah.
We gotta talk in this direction, not that direction. How many? What is the Titanic? What is the new
The
version
premise?
of it? Yeah.
I think that what's her name? Kate? No.
Kate Winslet,
The old
yeah.
lady with the wings. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah, oh, does that mean that Celine Dion is not going to be doing a song?
Celine Dion dies.
Oh, no, but she's having it. Well, anyways,
Yeah, she had throat cancer or something like that.
it's not throat cancer, it's an autoimmune, like very rare. Can you imagine one of the greatest singers of all time? And, it's just like how our greatest blessing can also be a
Okay,
great
sit
curse.
back because you're screaming in my ear. Okay, good.
Oh, you have some? Oh, you have earpods.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
It
what
also
was your...
makes you appreciate the gifts that you have on when you have them, right?
Yeah.
Now let's get back to this antique. What antiques are you talking about?
Okay. It says on according to Michaela's phone, the definition of antique is a collectible object such as a piece of furniture or work of art that has a high value because of its considerable age.
Does it say what the age is?
Considerable age.
No, it doesn't say what the age
You gotta
is.
ask
It
AI
doesn't
what the
how
age
long
is.
So I was thinking maybe the car from Titanic would be considered an antique car.
Oh, newsflash. So I was seeing some pictures that Linda has in the scrapbook that she found. And the cars are from that age, those Fords.
Yeah, the touring cars. As
Yes,
they're
and
called.
they have the
I
white
am.
walls.
Yeah, my grandfather actually restored one of
Unbelievable.
those.
Alicia. Nice
Can
to
I
meet
can
you.
I get
God bless you. I know.
They just met.
100 years old.
But they love each other.
Alicia?
Yes.
Take it easy. You're in the air. I can't. You're blowing up my ear.
I
Those
am?
mics are very
But I'm-
sensitive.
Wow, I just said nice to meet you.
Okay, you'll meet her in about another 3 minutes.
Okay, it says that an antique is an item that's 100 years old or older.
Okay.
So
It is
mys-
100. You
mystery
were
solved.
right.
Yeah.
You were right.
Fun facts according to Michael. All right, so back to the antique car show. That's on Sunday at Trilogy Fitness, so we're going to be there. That's up on Federal Highway and Gateway. So that's Sunday, and then Saturday, Trade Winds Park. Friday, we're going to be at Colombian Coffee House, as well as the Chocolate and Coffee Fest. If you want to come by and visit us, great. You can also go visit Freddie up at the courthouse while he's on jury duty. More things to come.
You're real funny there. You get,
'Cause
like
it's
I
not
say,
going to be funny.
it's like I said, you've aged differently.
She aged like
No, we're going to
5
wrap it
on.
up. All right, you
Right.
ready to wrap this up? You have another meeting coming in?
I have 3 meetings.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up. Join us midday. Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology.
But this
Society
isn't my
is joining
meeting.
us.
This is her meeting.
Is it Alicia's meeting?
No, the other one.
Is Lori's meeting?
Yeah, but Lori's leaving tomorrow to go to Antarctica, wherever she's going. So we had to squeeze this one in this morning.
All right, didn't know anyone was coming, but I'm glad they're here.
This was supposed to happen yesterday,
Didn't know they were coming yesterday either.
but it was canceled.
All right, you had
She
to fill
canceled
me in.
it.
More on a need to know when I need to know.
No, I need to know you when you know you.
All right, have a great morning, everyone. We'll see you midday.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.